you're a distributor looking at a new ERP, I think there are a couple of things you really need to look at. One is you need to make sure you truly understand your business. Think about where you have unique things that you can't compromise on, that you absolutely have to have in the new system. Also think about what level of skill set you have within your organization to implement the software. And when you do that, think about what type of implementation partner you're going to need to help you make the implementation successful. So when you go to a new software system, there are going to be a lot of changes. And anyone who's implemented software packages, besides D365, is aware of that. So your keystrokes at an absolute minimum are always going to change. The other things that we tried to look at across the organization when we implemented D365 were industry best practices. So we really relied on our implementation partner to talk with us about what our best practices. In implementing softwares, in my opinion, you always want to try to implement a French vanilla system rather than a rocky road system. So you want to try to keep your changes to a minimum. Each company is going to have unique things to their company that will often require customizations to the software, but really trying to leverage best practices that are embedded within D365 to change our processes for the better, to make them more efficient, to allow you to improve your internal controls throughout the organization.
The selection of a software tool, D365, was probably a 3-year process. It wasn't easy. So I initially went out there and used some tools to evaluate. D365 was one of my first. I thought, I think this is one of our solutions. We actually went out and hired another firm to help us because they had expertise on selecting softwares. And they did their evaluation independently and came back and said, D365 fits your organization best. Other solutions were saying, use our front end and then back end into another product. Horrible, right? We're losing the ability to, whose fault is it, right? We didn't want to go there. So having D365 in the cloud, it's on Azure, it's protected. Not that we handles a lot of that. And the protection is there, and they have wonderful tools, and so yeah, it's part of growing in that Microsoft family. Yes, there's the D365 portion, but there's the BI, there's the CRM, there's artificial intelligence, GPT, endless, and we're in that family.
D365 for our type of assembly and warehousing business fit the profile that we needed better. When you talk about general ledger and the basic AR, AP, and GL, most of the competitors are pretty similar. I have to say that's not a differentiator. From my standpoint, the differentiation really lies in the forecasting, the warehousing, and the assembly, production planning components of the software.